Hi, beautiful soul, beautiful lightworker, Starseeds, Wayshower, spiritual leader. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another energy upgrade reading. So looking at the end of September into October, I've been saying October 2023, this is where you go forward and you don't look back. Life changes completely and forever. So I'm going to jump right into it. What's happening? What's happening? I know everyone is talking about in this community how this is it. Big things are happening. Hermit and face down. Okay. Contrary to popular belief, Spirit is telling me that we're entering... I'm getting entering a secret society. So I'm getting like you're going to be flourishing secretly. So this is where you meet up with your soul partner in life, your soul friends, your soul family, your community. And you close yourself off to the normies, to the rest of the world in order to flourish. So your creativity is going to come out. You're going to get strongly connected to the divine. You're going to unleash your creative abilities, your divine skills, talents, natural abilities in ways that you could not before. And you're going to be with the right people, I'm hearing, in order to do that. Because I got this hermit mode is more hermiting together. Yeah, 8 of Swords. I'm getting there's going to be a flurry of stories going around. So many different stories. I'm hearing that it's just going to confuse you if you stay connected to the rest of the collective. If you stay connected to everyone in the world and what's going on, it's going to confuse you. And so Spirit is literally helping you, tuck you away, to protect you, to hold you, to love you, and to flourish within the surroundings they give you in. They hold you in. King of Wands, yeah, because you hold the light, you hold the vision, and that needs to be protected. Wow, okay, so I'm getting that there's going to be so many thoughts going through the collective. So this is another huge step in the awakening. And the normies are going to go through all their ifs and buts and but what happened and why is this happening? This isn't true. If this is true, then what was all this before? And all those confusing thoughts, they're going to be ping-ponging. And that's going to be in the collective energy. So Spirit is like disconnecting you from the collective energy. You may literally separate from your friends, your family, your neighborhood, your community, everything and everyone you know, or mostly everything and everyone you know, in order to protect you, in order to work through you. Because you hold a vision and that needs to be protected. And you will be influenced if you keep connecting to the collective energy. So you're going to be hidden away. So you might have time out from TV, from certain online sources. You may be asked to disconnect from the internet for a while and from the media that's out there, TV, movies, books that are coming out now, in order to kind of not be influenced by the collective energy, this is a separation between you and the collective in order for the collective to go through the awakening or move up in their awakening, go through a huge step in their awakening, and for you to hold down the vision. Because if you're connected to the collective energy right now during this time period, it's not going to help you, and it's not going to help them, and it's not going to help mankind. So in order for you to be of the most use to the light right now, is to hold your vision and not necessarily give it to the collective just yet, and wait until they get through their tantrum phase. You know, they just awaken, they have a lot of confusion, a lot of questions, a lot of back and forth in their energies, a lot of putting the puzzle pieces together and figuring things out. So this isn't the right time to connect to the collective, and it's not going to help them. It helps them to hold the vision, wait until they calm down a little bit, and then share it. Yeah, Queen of Swords. All these cards are coming out face down, so it's kind of like secret, 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 not yet, hold it, hold it. But it's not like things aren't getting started, things aren't underway. You are going to be, it's going to feel like out of a movie. You're going to be connecting with people in tunnels, underground kind of thing, right? That's the feeling I'm getting. Definitely meeting people that's on their journey. Secretly, I'm getting heroes meeting, getting total Game of Thrones vibes, meeting in the tunnel under the wall or something like that. Like definitely meeting up with people who've been on this journey, who have as many, you know, scars and, you know, stars and medals on their outfit, on their it's like your uniform, your Lightworker uniform. Like you have many badges on there for all the things that you completed. You're coming across other people that have just as many as you, or, you know, same, around the same amount as you, kind of thing. Okay, so what does there have to say about what's happening right now? Align your life. What is not aligned needs to change. Yeah. So this is an indication that a lot of light workers are changing their life completely. So it's more tuned to who you are authentically. This is going to be this with the Eight of Wands, with it being so colorful and like loud. I'm getting this energy of like you get to be who you really are, and in front of people who are also like-minded, like soul vibration and frequency. So it's going to be easier, but you're going to surprise yourself. You're going to be more of yourself than you knew about you. You know, like you're going to be able to be more of yourself, and it's going to surprise you because you didn't even know some of the parts that are coming out of you that was who you really are. When you're around people who are you know, on your level and inspiring you and pushing you, you're going to see parts of yourself. You're going to be more authentically you, first of all, and you're going to see parts of yourself come out that you didn't even realize was the true you. Sextile, yeah. So a lot of rewarding situations, a lot of favorable situations, being around people with your energy. And this could be like through information, yeah, meeting people on your level, but also attracting situations, meetings. I'm getting meetings, skills, hobbies, projects to you, for your life purpose, for your soul purpose. Okay, so what does this look like to light workers? What does this look like for you specifically? What's going to look like for you when this is all going down? Queen of Swords, yeah. This feeling of you can't really say anything. You might be prevented from saying things, doing things. So you might be literally, if you're not willing to cut people out, Spirit's going to do it for you. So you literally can't communicate with your friends or family, or folks around you in your neighborhood, and even online that don't share the same frequency or vibration with you. You're going to be literally cut off. And this kind of reminds me of the meditation that I put out with Malachite. It's like you're gonna be like mankind is being reorganized, you know, and this is going into the new world, right? The 5D world. So mankind is being reorganized. So you're being not forced, but you're going in divine order. You're going to become coming together with like-minded people of your soul group, your soul family, and similar vibrations and frequencies. So you're meant to come together and form a group. It's for a purpose, and a lot of these groups are going to be forming. And then we have the normies that haven't been organized yet, but they have to kind of upgrade in order to be organized. So they're going through that process. They're taking a huge step in that direction of upgrading, awakening, right? But there are those of us, lightworkers, spiritual leaders, starseeds, wayshowers, that have already come into this energy, and so we're going to start clumping. We're going to start clumping together in divine order. This is meant to be. And as we're clumping, even if we want to connect to some of the people that we know that are still upgrading, we're going to be kind of forced not to. And if you don't kind of understand the assignment, Spirit's going to like do it for you. So they're going to cut off your phone, you know, make you move to an area where you can't talk to them, you know, give you poor Wi-Fi, like, you know, signal, internet signal, you know. So they're going to force it if you don't understand the assignment, you know. So how does this look like for you? The Tower. Oh, yeah. All right. Shout out to Danielle, who's been telling me she's been getting the Tower for September, October. There it is. I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to come out. There it is, the Tower card. There we go, because that's what's happening. And the Elder of Wands, the King of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse and the King of Swords upright. Queen of Swords, King of Wands. You know how in a family, like a mother, like for example, if a child is acting out or needs some space and is like going off into the world, and the mother might want to like hold on to the child a little bit more, try to text them, call them, see how they're doing, are they eating, you know, wanting to go visit them. Like the mother might like not want to disconnect communication. Maybe they're rebellious. Maybe they are being punished by being kicked out with no communication with the family, or maybe that they're going off to college, or maybe they're moving out of the home. You know, it's like a rite of passage kind of thing, whether it's forced for good reasons or for punishment, bad reasons. Whatever the situation is, like the mother might want to still like give them a little extra money or see how they're doing, check up on them, whatever, you know. And it's like the father figure who's just like, no, you have to stop. We can't talk to them. You can't reach out to them. You have to give them space, or you have to cut them off. No more, you know, cut off the finances, or cut the cord, or kind of something like that. That's the energy that's being brought out of you from the divine, because you're going to want to get in touch with your family and your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers and, you know, everyone that matters to you, that's important to you. You're going to want to check up on them. You want to know how they're doing. You want to help them out. And this is like a cord cutting. Spirit's energetically cord cutting you from, oh wow, I'm getting, this is your bloodline family. This is your past life experience friends. We're going to have to cut you out, cut them off, because we need to connect you. I'm getting avatar, connect you energetically, connect your cords to this new 5D world. You've been trained for this. You're emotionally and spiritually and mentally fit to go through this energetic cord cutting so you can connect to this new 5D world more completely. And then they have a way to connect to the 5D world through you more easier. You've been trained for this. It's more difficult for you than it is going to be for your friends and family and the people that you know, your loved ones. And that's by design. You signed up for this. You know what you're getting yourself into. I'm getting a lot of you are starseed. So you may have been planted into your family, taking the place of, oh, I got this somewhere. I forget what reading. But you took the place of a sibling that wasn't born or something. So your mother might have had a miscarriage or an abortion. So you took the place of that soul that didn't come through or wasn't supposed to come through. You took the place of that soul. That's how you got under the noses of the dark energies. I'm hearing this is wow. In order to for this coup, I'm hearing for this coup to secretly get your spiritual brothers and sisters on track to build a connection to this new world before anyone can do anything to break that. It's by divine design, so this is going to always happen anyway, but we're just playing it out. We inserted ourselves in this physical timeline in order to just kind of experience this playing out. This is also confusing. When I look at time, it gets kind of like, okay, we come from source energy, we go back to source energy, time doesn't exist, but we're in a slit of this experience where we can experience this bit of time from beginning to end. And it's like, I'm just gonna get out of that energy. Let's focus on now. So what is this tower energy? Yeah, you don't want to leave, you don't want to go, but you're going to have to. It's easier said than done, I'm hearing. Yeah, here we go, the 8 of Swords again. You're not going to know why. You're going to feel confused because like you're human, your physical body is not understanding this. Your younger energies that still live within you are not understanding this. Why? Why do you have to disconnect? Why do you have to move forward? This doesn't make sense. Why would you have to do that? Psychic abilities, yeah. It's to it's specifically because like you're going to be gaining psychic abilities and it's not going to help your family and friends that are not on the same page as you are not going to be helping. They're actually going to get in the way, and that actually might prevent you from upgrading. And you're also not going to be able to help them if you don't upgrade. And the psychic ability is funny. I was waiting for that message to come through because I went on a bike ride right before this reading. I was guided to. I'm like, gosh, I feel like I had to go for a walk or a bike ride before I do this energy update reading. And I found this blue jay feather, and I knew that was significant because the spiritual meaning for finding a blue feather is your psychic abilities are developing and you are being called to work for the spiritual. So you're being called to specifically do your soul purpose, do your part in the divine plan. And your physical body, your human self, is not going to want to separate from this 3D world in order to get into the 5D world. And that's going to be the last kind of struggle, inner work, internal battle for you, is to let go of the 3D world as you know it in order to connect to the 5D world while still living in this physical body that we live in. Because, you know, there are 5D energies, entities out there, starseeds, you know. You probably have been in a life form that was more energetic than physical. But to make this transition as while we're still living in a 3D world into the 5D, your ego, your shadow self, your inner child, your body, your physical manifestation is going to fight like hell, I'm hearing, for this to happen, because you're leaving it behind. Surrender to the divine, and confidence is your key to success. So I'm hearing from Spirit, you are being called to fearlessly walk into this new energy, completely surrender to the divine. And it's gonna be one of those things where it's incredibly hard. It's gonna be a really incredibly hard decision as a very empathic, sympathetic, kind, genuine, divine soul, to leave your loved ones in a place where they're struggling in order to go to a place where you get to play and have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. Develop your psychic abilities. And while you're developing your psychic abilities, you're obviously going to know that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. It's kind of like letting your toddler cry in the room next to you and let them just kind of cry it out, and knowing you're doing the best thing for them. Cutting off your kid while they go into the world and learn their hard lessons, you know, and still keeping a good high vibration, and knowing that you have a life and you deserve good things, and all the beautiful abundance energies that are coming to you right now. It's hard. You're not trained to do that, Lightworker. You're like, how am I supposed to be having fun and playing when I know the people that I love the most are struggling? You're not wired for that. That's why it's one of the hardest lessons for you. This tower energy. I remember one of the most difficult things I had to do. I'm like ride or die for my family, right? Like I used to put them in above myself forever. Like I lived for them, you know, helping them out always, right? My immediate family. And I remember there's this one trip that I was looking forward to, going with my family. It was a short trip to see some family and stuff. And last minute, I decided I had some things I had to do, and I dropped out. And so my immediate family went, and then they ended up in a situation where they went to like a distant family's home to visit, and one of the members of that family got very upset by a topic that all of them were talking about, and then they had a heart attack and died right in front of my family, and everyone was freaking out, and they had to wait till the ambulance got there, and I was in such turmoil knowing that I wasn't there for my family, and I was like really heartbroken because I was so beating myself up that I wasn't there to help my family through a tragic event like that, and to help with the situation. And I realized then that this is me knowing that they will be fine, They can take care of themselves. They're all adults. They, they can deal with life circumstances without me having to help them with everything. And around that time is when I started to let go of that energy of living my life for my family versus myself and my soul mission. And ever since then, I've been kind of pulling away, right? And now I'm so far away, but it's I feel like Lightworkers, we're so generous, so loving and caring that you kind of forget that you have a soul. You're connected to a soul family, that you're born, specifically in this lifetime, into a family, a bloodline, an ancestry that is very powerful, that's very magical for a reason, to help clear their karma and that energy, because this family that you were born into has a large influence, is very powerful, and can help energetically transition the collective into this 5D. So that's why you were born into a specific family that you were born into. You could probably tell certain things about your family. They're more intuitive, or they have certain skills or abilities that would help the collective. So you were born into that specific family, that specific bloodline for that reason. But you're also very, very highly spiritual and have a lot of energetic abilities. You're very intuitive, you're very psychic, and you have a lot of huge healing abilities, and the potential to kind of shift things for the collective in a very big way, to move the world in a very positive direction. So with this powerful soul mission, you are going to be connected with your soul family, with your soul mates, with your soul friends, with other light warriors that are going to mean more to you. And you might not think that. You're like, this is my child, these are my parents, these are my siblings, these are my best friends that are like family to me. You're gonna have like cognitive dissonance there, because you're not gonna want to leave this reality and what it means to you. A lot of us, we are told that story of like, oh yeah, when you pass away, you follow the white light and you are met by all your loved ones that have passed over, and then once you kind of realize that you've had many lifetimes, that you're connected, and you're connected energetically to a lot of people in different lifetimes as soulmates, because you're best friends, or your mother, daughter, father, son, sister, brother, to a lot of different souls, and you come in a lot of different forms. You realize that you're not just attached to your loved ones here. As you start remembering, you realize you're attached to a lot of souls from a lot of different lifetimes in a lot of different ways. And so that's what I'm getting. You're remembering that you have a lot of these connections, like you have with those that you love the most in this particular lifetime, with others. You're going to start remembering those lifetimes. You're going to start remembering, oh, that was my mother, that was my father, that was my sister or brother, that was my child in this other lifetime. You're going to have, and you're going to see that you have many different connections to a lot of these different souls that are coming into your life right now. These are your soul family. And so you're going to have a new understanding and new connections to people. And the ego of this lifetime, the version of yourself that you lived in this lifetime, is not going to want to let go of what you've been through in this lifetime. You're going to have a very strong memory of this lifetime, but then you're going to start getting in all the strong memories of past lifetimes, at least your most significant ones. And you're going to have this ego start fighting those egos, but those egos are already connected to your soul, so they're gonna they're going to come in like, what's the problem? We've had many lifetimes together. What's the problem? You don't want to remember this lifetime? We're friends with your other lifetimes too. These other egos that you had, these other identities that you've had as in your human form, in your physical form, they're gonna come together and they'll be like, hey, yeah, we're all friends over here on this side. What's the problem? And your egos it's gonna feel cornered. It's not gonna want to bring in all these other identities. But once you meet other people that you've had in these other lifetimes, and some of you in ET forms and other forms rather than, the human one, once they come into your physical reality, it's going to make you feel more calm and more assured that you're not going crazy. This is another reason you got to stay away from the normies, because they'd put you in straitjackets if they heard what was going on, in your mind and what was happening in your energy. It's going to keep you calm, self-assured, confident, and a willingness to play. It's going to be really good because it's going to be such strong things psychically happening to you that it's going to be really nice to have lighthearted, playful energies while all this whole transition is going on. It's going to be very crazy what's going on in the physical reality. We're going to get to it, and that's the last question. That you're going to have to be with your soul, your star family, your soul family, to make sure everything okay. That this what's happening. You're not going crazy. You're gonna, I feel like you've had moments where it's like, oh, I really like this kind of music. It's like, that's so weird. I've never liked that kind of music in my life, but all of a sudden I like this kind of music, or I like this kind of food. I've never really liked that kind of food, but all of a sudden, like, I had moments in my life where I've really craved this specific kind of fruit from this different country that I've never been to, or whatever. Or you're gonna remember some languages. You're gonna pick up some words, or I feel like for a lot of you, you're gonna remember languages that you spoke in different lifetimes, and different skills. Definitely, if you had some art skills, music skills, social skills is a huge one. All of you have had lifetimes where you were, politicians or leaders, kings and queens, lords and ladies, the village leader, priests, priestesses, and their social skills, your abilities, and are going to come online, speaking to a crowd, teaching different people in different ways and different skill sets. Also, your different psychic abilities from different lifetimes that you've been brushing up on are also going to come online. So a lot of different things are going to come online. And as humans, we have the potential for a ton of different psychic abilities, all of them. We're limitless, right? But right now, what's going to come on are your most potent and powerful, the strongest past lives and memories and identity. So those are the ones that are coming on strong now. So the soul family that you're meeting with now are people that were very close to you in these specific timeline. So I'm getting like 3 to 5 right now. 3 to 5, because that's all you can really handle right now. Otherwise, you're going to think you're going crazy. Okay. Wow. I'm in shock. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card of what's happening with I didn't have this written down, but just what's going on with your loved ones then. What's going to be going on for the normies. Messenger of Water, Knight of Cups. They're given a lot of love. So they're going to be given a lot of love and protection. So don't feel like you need to be there. They have a lot of love and protection coming through. Their angels, their spirit guides are coming on more stronger. In this confusion and chaos, they are also, you have to remember, are awakening and connecting to their higher self. So they will be getting protection and guidance spiritually from their own guide. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to be their protector. even though it feels like you have to be, because sometimes in your group of family and friends and people that you know, you're that person that they go to for spiritual advice. And Spirit is saying, I know you have the tendency to like want to help them out in that way, but this is, we're going to show you that like they have guides, and their spirit team is going to also be helping them out. They're going to be connecting to them more. So you don't have to worry. You let your guides help you right now and what you're doing, because you're the next level up, right? You're plan A, their plan B, right? You're going out first. You're important. You're more important right now. You have a more important role. Okay, the Empress, and came out in hand. I'm getting they're being reborn, so they're all connecting to their more feminine energy. And so it's gonna sound a little crazy, because like, you know how when you're probably first spiritually awakened, when you start connecting to spirit more, you probably sounded a lot like really crazy to your friends and family. Look at these signs. Oh, I think this is what this means. And like, you had to kind of figure it out, and you kind of sounded probably crazy. They're gonna sound like that. They're gonna throw at you everything they've heard, because they're gonna believe everything before they figure out some discernment and figure out like what's real, what's not. They're just gonna connect to everything. They're gonna be kind of scatterbrained, I'm hearing. It's kind of like new agey. They're gonna take it in a weird direction, and it's not for you. And you probably want to help them out. It's like, oh, this is how you do it, or, you know, you've been in this game for a long time, decades and decades. This is what this means. This is how you do this. But they kind of need to figure it out amongst themselves, because they're in a different wave. They're a different breed, I'm hearing. So you need to focus on your stuff while they kind of figure out, because they all chose to awaken together. They have a different soul mission than you do. They have a different part in the divine plan than the Lightworkers, Starseeds do. So you're gonna have to let them kind of figure out what their thing is, and it's not for you to help them or you to figure out. You have your assignment. You have your mission. Go, soldier. I'm hearing Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm hearing, don't worry, they're gonna be happy, but they're gonna look and seem dopey, because they're gonna be connecting with their spirit guides, spirit team. You're gonna see some crazy stuff. Like, it's gonna be cringy. I'm hearing it's gonna be very cringy for you, because they're gonna be doing things that just sound ridiculous, and you're like, that's not how you do a full moon ceremony or something. But you're like, you know what? They need to figure it out. It's going to be cringy. So you might want to look away from this part, you know, let them do what they need to do. I'm hearing even their music is cringy, but you're just like, they need to do what they need to do. Okay. So what does this look like in the world? How does this look in the world? What's physically happening in the world? The events. Call, that's the judgment. Okay. So Spirit's like, you're not being called to tell the awakening people what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. You're not being called to kind of check up on them, or it's not your responsibility to help them in that way right now. So I'm getting, because like I've gotten in the recent Lightworker readings that like there is going to come a time where you have like 3 specific groups of people that you're going to be working with, which is like, you know, you have the family and friends that you know in this lifetime, that you were born into and, you know, live through experiences with in this lifetime, and then your soul family that you're going to be working with, and then also your your assigned group that you're meant to mentor and help. So so I'm getting from spirit, like right now, specifically in this like this season, this upcoming season, September, October, November, you're being told like this is not your responsibility. Let spirit, let source, let God take care of that, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to kind of let this part of your soul come into this physical reality. You're being called to do something else, a very specific something else. And this is going to be shown in the physical world with a lot of choices. Interesting. I'm hearing it's going to be, you're going to be questioning, why is all these things happening? You're going to see different areas of the world going through weird experiences, and you're going to want to sit down and analyze and figure out what's going on. And Spirit is saying it's not for you to figure out what's going on with the different parts of the world that are going through weird things. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, weird things might be going on with nature. So there might be a lot of natural disasters, or there might be a lot of things happening with, like, for example, the bees or plants, or certain things with water, land. Things are changing up. And I feel like it's part of our DNA as Lightworker Starseeds, as truth seekers, to want to know what is going on and research it, figure it out, share ideas. But Spirit is saying no. What's going on in the world, and there's going to be a lot of weird things going on in the world, is not for you. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can think about it a little bit, but you need your mind to be clear for something else. Yeah. It's like, even if you have opinions on it, like, you're allowed to have opinions, but don't share it. It's not your position. It's not your place to share it with the collective right now. So if you want to jump on TikTok or YouTube or wherever and share these things, Spirit's like, no, it's not for you to do that. Or at least not share it with the normies. You could share it among yourself, but Spirit's like, you're gonna have opinions on it. You're gonna want to talk about it, but like, it's better if you just kind of keep that as like a bit of gossip that you have with tea with your spiritual friends here and there. But it's not for you to focus on right now. You have other things going on. So Spirit is saying that apparently big things are changing physically with land masses, insects, animals, water, at this time. 6th house. Health, daily life, practical details. And people are going to start acting differently in their day-to-day life. You could see like a mass layoff, or many people quitting their jobs. You might see people doing weird things, like creating communities in the middle of nowhere without any like resources or plans. Like you might see people acting weird, and possibly it might look irresponsible or crazy or wacko, I'm hearing. Like, people don't really know what they're doing, but they know they had to do something different. And it's like people don't know how to react to these things. Like, they see weird things are happening in the world, and they don't know how to react, so they're just doing crazy things that make no sense. And you're gonna want to dive deep into these things and give advice and share information. But Spirit's like, no. That's not for you. That's not your inner work. That's not your purpose. That's not part of the plan. Weird stuff is going to be happening. Don't pay it any attention, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. So this is your sign. Weird things are going to be happening, and you have to sit by the sidelines and let it happen. people are gonna leave homes, people are gonna leave situations, relationships, communities, walk into cities or walk out of cities. It's just a mumble jumble of things, and Spirit's like, you're gonna want to comment. It's like, girl, boy, we know you're gonna want to comment, but it's not your place. Like, you could comment, like, gossip about this with your spiritual friends, but this is not your place to tell the collective, the awakening collective, the normies, like, what they're doing doesn't make any sense. Their whole life doesn't make any sense. Their brain, their energies doesn't make any sense to them. They need to go through that confusion period. Don't get sucked in, Spirit is saying. Okay, but let's see what's happening for you. What's happening in terms of physical events in the physical world for you. I'll wrap this reading up with this. Eight of Earth in reverse. Yeah, the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Earth. Yeah, this is not your work. You're not meant to do any work, which is hard to hear as a light worker. You're not meant to do any work. And I'm getting that, like, in the recent, I don't know, a few weeks, few months, you might have been asked to just be, sit on the couch, don't do anything, stare out the window, sunbathe, sit near the ocean, just feel the breeze, look at the clouds, have some tea, go slow, don't do anything. And a year ago, that would have been torture. But you've gone through enough cycles of just being that you're more okay with it now. You're coming to terms with the fact that you've completed everything that you needed to do. More than completed. You went above and beyond. You completed more than you needed to do. You completed so much of your inner work that you helped the collective with its inner work. You've done more than you needed to. Everything that you do now is extra. And Spirit's like, we don't want you to do extra anymore. We want you to focus on this thing where you get to play, increase your psychic abilities, which is more like bringing in other lifetimes, bringing in other parts of your soul into this physical body, and then also allowing your physical body to upgrade and connect to the new energetic world. Disconnect from this physical lifetime a little bit more. It's not like you're going to let go of it. You're not going to ever let go of it completely, because this is the physical life that you started off with as a foundation, as a basis, in order to come into your crystalline body, right? So you're gonna always be connected to your friends and family in this lifetime. You just need to separate from them in order for them to go through their confusion, chaos phase, which won't last too long, I think. I'm just reading for this season, so hey, we'll do next season soon. But you're being asked to kind of sit back, kick your feet up, have fun, let your upgrades come in. Try to do nothing more. Work on, increasing your health, having more downtime, working on your creativity, connecting with those like-minded souls, and just allowing the energies to kind of do its things, because there's energy coming into your physical form, and then your physical form is becoming more energetic. So there's a lot going on. And so Spirit's like, don't work. Stop it. If you have a job, or you have your daily routines, like, obviously you're gonna continue with those. But besides that, like, no, nothing else. You're going to have more downtime than not, and you're going to be okay with it. You're going to deal with it, all right? Spirit's saying you're going to deal with it. Let these energetic upgrades happen. Yeah, Page of Swords. And it's going to be fun for you, because you're going to be connecting with, I'm hearing, like, you're going to remember all these, see, there's 4 light bulbs here, so I'm getting, between 3 to 5 lifetimes are coming in for you, And it's going to be fun to kind of like, I'm going to brush up on, like study up on these skills and abilities that you had in these other lifetimes. They're going to come on for you. They're going to turn on for you. And you're going to want to, like, things that you were interested in other lifetimes that you weren't really interested in this lifetime, or maybe like just a little bit, you're going to want to study those things more. So a lot of ancient knowledge, or just specific things that you were very advanced in or had a mastery of in other lifetimes. It could be very simple things. It could be like engineering skills, or specific scientific mastery, knowledge, wisdom that you had, healing techniques, medicinal knowledge that you had, building things. I'm getting more like engineering, science, medicine, technologies, and teaching, and maybe history for some of you. What else am I getting? Nature, things about nature, trees specifically. So plants, medicine, that makes sense. Land farming, I'm getting. What else? Agriculture, lost technologies, I'm hearing. What else? Skills, just like things like, like clothes making, what is this? Cleaning, cooking kind of thing. These skills and talents that people take for granted nowadays, that people knew how to do better back in the day, I'm hearing, and easier. Drawing, music, of course, making instruments. What else am I getting? Stars, astrology for sure. And communicating with other energies, entities, beings. What else? Like shamanic healing, tapping into different vibrations. What else am I getting? Fighting skills, weaponry, non-lethal weapons, energy, of course, glasses, glass work, I'm hearing, things that you can wear on your body that can help improve your ability to do certain things, mobility. Wow. So yeah, you're just gonna you're gonna be so interested in the things that come online for you that you might not even want to talk to people. You might be in your own world. You might be just discovering all these new different things that you're interested in now, because you have all these other timelines turn on. Skills, talents, natural abilities, and interests, passions, mastery that you've had in different lifetimes come on. But that will, I'm hearing, lead you in interesting ways, put you on interesting paths where you will meet people who align with some of these interests, and of course were part of these other lifetimes of yours. Collaborate. I'm hearing that you will make new friends where you can talk about these different interests, which will help you integrate these energies more. We kind of touched on that a little bit. Guardian of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you will find some sort of new home, I'm hearing. So as you integrate more of your higher self and you feel more you, and you, the foundational you, increases in energy, increases in imprint in this life, in this physical reality, your energy becomes bigger. You integrate more of your higher self, more of your soul into this energy. You come home more. What does that mean? Yeah, reunion. So yeah, that's why you are going to come into contact with more soulmates, more soul family. And yeah, coming home. Yeah, I feel like you're going to want to settle into a new physical home, a new partnership. So a romantic partnership, or you might want, if you're already partnered up, you might want to move to a community or an area where you feel more at home. It might remind you more of home. You might move to a different state, country, province, or area, a different physical home. I'm getting a lot of you will move to a different physical home. It just feels like more home to you. It feels like the life you should be living, or it feels more like the lives that you had overall, or these lives that come on, like the kind of scenery, the kind of people, the food, the area, just kind of feels more like home to you. And so this is why your ego is going to be struggling, because it's like, but don't these people and places that you've lived now and have lived, and doesn't that feel like home? It's like, no. So it's like this new home energy and this old home energy that are colliding, but you're going to be overwhelmed with the energies of these other lifetimes, where what felt like home to you, where you grew up, where you live now, is not going to feel right. And you're like, how can that be? I feel so at home here. I feel so at home with this familiar energy. How do I feel so alien, like I don't belong here anymore? Why does this feel so different to me now? It's going to feel like your physical home doesn't feel like it's yours anymore. And that's why you're gonna like move. A lot of you are going to move, and a lot of you are going to enter a partnership. So a romantic partnership, a marriage, a serious long-term commitment where you're gonna be living with this person. Or if you're already partnered up, you're both going to be moving to a place, a location that feels more like home, and any combination of those things. Okay, any last message from Spirit? Wow, this is a long one. 8 of Cups, you're leaving. You're leaving. The Hanged One. I love this because, like, you're leaving planets. You're leaving planets. And the Magician. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be very magical. You're going to feel all the things. You've been prepared. You've had moments of this in the past few years, I'm hearing. But this is going to be the strongest it's ever felt. You're going to literally feel like a different person. You're going to literally feel like you're living in a different world. You're going to feel the difference in the world, the physical world, in your energies, in your own body, and in your perceptions of life, and in your energy. It's going to be completely different. New world, new you, new life, for sure. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that reading. Hope it resonated. Leave a like if you've been getting something similar. And I'll see you soon, my friend. Much love and light.